Yes, has been a long season, but always when you arrive to the end, everything can happen. Some players they're a bit more fresher, some they're a bit more tired, but I'm personally happy to be back here. It's has been a tournament where I couldn't find yet my best tennis until now, but let's see what I can do this year, and hopefully it's going to be a good one, but also a very, very tough one. Yeah, I feel like that we made some very, very great choices throughout this whole year, trying to be ready also for the end of the year. I was lucky also to don't play as many tournaments and going always quite far in tournaments, so which is was good for me, and my level seems okay. And these questions are gonna be answered then on court, but I'm talking about my general mental status. It's very fine. I'm happy to be here, and obviously then for me the main event is gonna be in Turin. This is for me the main event of the end of the year, and it was one goal from the beginning of the year, to qualify there. So let's see.
Only four guys have beaten you this year, which just underlines how I'm not going to ask you who they are because I'm sure you know, but that must give you an aura in the locker room. I know you're not a boastful guy, but how much do you feel that this unbeatable feeling that you have right now?
Not really. Look, I'm not the kind of player who, when he wins, he walks tall, or when he loses, he walks with the shoulder down. So, I always respect every opponent, every player with the same weight. Sometimes you have more pressure, sometimes you have less pressure, but it's for me it's always nice to share the court with. It doesn't matter who is on the other side, but to make something nice for the crowd, you always need two opponents and then two players, and I'm always very pleased and happy to be in the position where I can go on court. With a packed stadium, with a big court, and just trying to enjoy it. For me, that's the most important. And obviously, you are more happy if you win than if you lose. But I wake up in the morning trying to get better with my daily routine, and this is something what I will aim for also then for already for next year. Yeah, very tough draw. Very, very difficult draw, especially here on these courts. Big servers are very tough. Yeah, it's a very, very, very tough draw. But we go day by day, then everything can happen. The draw can open up sometimes, or you never know what's coming. I try to prepare in the best possible way for the first round match. It's gonna be very difficult. Against Ben, it's very, very difficult in any case, and against Felix I never won, so it's gonna be a very tough one, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm focused about myself, and hopefully I can raise the level from the last 2 years I came here, which I struggled a little bit here on this court, so let's see.
Turin obviously is guaranteed. You'll be in Turin. I know you'll want to perform in Turin. How important is it to do well here, especially as you say, given things haven't necessarily gone that well here in the past?
Yeah, I mean, for example, last year I also didn't play my best tennis here, and then I was able to compete very, very good in Turin. So it depends also with what mindset you go in this tournament and with what mindset then you go in Turin, because there are two different tournaments, two different rules. Because in Turin you might lose also one match, but you can still qualify and win the tournament. So for me it's just important for a personal aspect, trying to perform very good here, because it's a tournament where, as I said already, I used to struggle a lot. I couldn't find my best tennis yet here. The draw is very difficult, so there are many things what I have to fight against, but this is why I'm here for, and hopefully I can show, as I said, some good tennis, and then Turin is new week, new days, new opponents. You never know what's going to happen there.
Good luck this week. Year end number one is pretty much guaranteed. How special is it to
Guaranteed.
Is guaranteed? How special is it to join that list? Because it must have been something you were wanting to do.
Yeah, it's something. You know, one thing is you arrive number one. The second thing is then to finish number one, and then this, you know, when I arrived to number one was one of my goals, because you know you celebrate this in a different way. It's something nice. It means that you played, you know, the whole year with a very, very high level, and you know, finishing this milestone for me means so much to me. So it was one of my dreams. Now it becomes you know, reality. But you know, in the other way, in my mind, I know that you know, some big tournaments are still coming up. The season is not finished yet, and you know, hopefully I can show still some good tennis. But you know, celebrating this then in Italy also, it's something very nice.